meeting today. It's a regular board meeting, Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. So we'll get started on that. Have a roll call, Sheriff.
Here.
Here.
Next to be on the agenda is these prior votes by Jeff Scholes, and I have that resolution to fly.
Let's pray. Lord God, thank you for this day, and thank you for our salvation. First and foremost, may we all assemble here today always put the best interest of the town and our citizens first. Let us continue to pray for one another and take care of one another. Lord God, give us the wisdom, strength, courage, and vision to be able to represent our fellow citizens and make the right decisions in the county. All this I ask in the name of Jesus.
Amen. Praise allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next thing on our agenda, we've got 6 meetings that we haven't approved the minutes on yet. 2 regular meetings on September 7th and October 5th, and the others is a special call August 24th, October 12th, December 20th, December 28th. Have you all read those minutes? Any questions about any of them? Have you heard your motion approved?
Mayor, I make the motion to approve the meeting minutes included August 24th, September 7th, October 5th, October 12th, December 20th, and December 28th of 2021 as recorded.
Got a statement? All in favor? Mr. Campbell, I'll share.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to do, Mayor and Craig, Dave Wilson was supposed to be here, and so I told him that him and his family, him and his wife both are sick, and they won't be able to be here. What he's going to do is explain to us about these new projects we got going, and when it's going to get started, probably when it's going to be finished. But he's supposed to be here not to do that, but he's not going to be here. So the next thing, it says the comments. Anybody's got any, come to the podium, give your name and address and your concern. Nobody? Okay. Now, Brian Glover, okay. We see property up here that Brian wants to purchase. It's an alleyway. It's going up close to his house. And if you don't care, I'll let you come explain. And you did make an offer. You said that, have you made an offer on it or not?
First of all, good evening,
okay, thank you.
everybody.
Good evening, Mr. Blue.
We're going to build a 2-car garage adjacent to this alleyway that's near our property. It's right below our house. And over the years, I've lived there 20 years, we've maintained this alleyway. We put gravel down. Now that the gravel has washed away, we actually mowed the driveway now. So over the past 20 years, we have never seen a city official up there. Since it does belong to the city, we've never seen a city official. Never seen a city maintenance worker or anybody up there just to maintain the alleyway. We've done it all ourselves. So my proposal is, if at a reasonable price, we would be willing to talk to the city and consider purchasing this strip of property, so that we can build closer to, the curb. We'd like to be able to pull up our driveway and go right into our garage. So I met with the building inspector with the city. His name is Trent. And Trent has told us we have to stay 15 foot off that city line. So if the city wouldn't entertain the thought of the purchase of the alley, the second thing we would like to offer is would you consider a variance? Okay, because Trent did say that the city could grant us a variance. So that's our consideration.
And we tell you about the variance, it's got to be, you gotta come down and fill out an application for it. You have to have a drawing, which you've got already. You have to have a drawing for it, and it's a $50 fee to get a variance done. And it goes before the, zoning board to complete it before they agree to it or not. And it comes back to the board, you know, with their recommendation. And it takes.
It would go before the board of zoning appeals?
Yes. Oh, all we're gonna have to come back for us? Okay, all right. Okay. So I did find that out today, because there's somebody else wanting a variance, and I found out today that's what you gotta do, but what I'd ask the board now, what kind of, they got any questions of you or anything?
The only thing I see is if we sell this piece here, then we've got a little alleyway in between these last two houses, right?
That is correct, and that belongs to my neighbor.
Yes, right, yes. So, I would, you're not gonna do anything that blocks the alleyway with your construction. You're just gonna encroach on the setback.
Well, if we're not allowed to purchase the alleyway, and we're not allowed to be granted a variance, we're gonna have to deal 15 feet away.
Right.
According to the building inspector, you can close it.
But if you get a variance, then you can.
I can build closer.
Right. But you wouldn't have anything that actually block that off. My only concern is the other pieces down there, you know, if the city still owns it, then how do we access it? Because it's blocked. I'd rather, and it'd be cheaper for you if you did the variance, then if for some reason they couldn't do the variance, could he come back to us or?
Sure, you come back to us because the city owns that.
Well, I mean, of course, the problem lies too about us maintaining the alleyway. I mean, like I reiterated earlier, we've lived there 20 years and not seen anyone maintain that alleyway. Okay? We think we all ourselves. And our expense to maintain it. Okay? So what I'm trying to propose is, we're willing, if we can get a reasonable offer from the city, just go ahead and buy it. Or we would like to pay it. We would like to have a paid driveway all the way up to the line.
We're using for driveway right now.
Yes, sir.
And it wouldn't interfere with your neighbor or anything like that?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah, Eric, I share your concern, and I agree with Cheryl. I've been up to your block over the weekend.
Okay.
And that was my question. I was like, okay, we get to here, but then the town owns this, so what do we do then? You know what I'm saying? And if I understand the process correctly, the first thing we have to do with this is declare this property that we own surplus, first and foremost, before we can even entertain something.
Okay.
And then accept an offer. This is like a 3 or 4 day thing. We would have to declare it surplus, we would have to make your offer, we would have to accept it. Simultaneously, you're gonna have to come before us on the plan of zoning and request your variance. So it's kind of like 2 different animals we're fighting. So, has anybody else been up there and looked at it? Because
We've got pictures up here.
If you're concerned about the landlocked, you know, and if we can come to some kind of compromise here, we would even purchase the whole street. We would get a thing back off of it. So, if it's going to be a no-go, we would definitely want to ask for a variance, but if we can grant that. But our ultimate goal would be to purchase the lot from the street, from the city. Like I said, we could have we could pave the driveway in the future.
And you've been maintaining it for like 20 years?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Eric, you have the most experience in this type of stuff, so what do you think?
We need to figure out what to do with that landmark.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I would entertain buying that, so
Yeah.
the whole thing.
But that's just gonna be, I don't know, I'd have to research that, I'd have to see.
You said that 12 foot wide, 214 feet long?
Yes, sir. Because then you're owning something that's back behind these other two houses.
Well, don't get the wrong idea. We're trying to figure out how to legally help. And I'm leaning on Eric because he is the most experienced as a developer. I've said the plans zoning board, you would see on the variance.
Yeah, I completely understand.
I think get something, would that not be something that the planning commission?
It will, yeah.
To figure out what to do with this piece of land right here?
No.
No? Be us?
What would, and I put this as the board, just thinking out loud to the board, what would be the danger of declaring the property surplus? That kind of property.
Well, then we wouldn't need it if you weren't gonna entertain an offer of it.
There's no utilities running down through there?
No, sir.
Yeah, I didn't see him here.
No, I had, Mayor Wells and checked the public works director. He reported to me the ordinance. So there was concern about it.
The only other thing I would see would be fair if we decided we did not need this land and we're not entertaining offers. We just need to split it right down the center and divide it up. Because if you don't, so if you get the section you want, we gotta figure out what to do with that little piece at the end. And do we, if you divide it up, you give each neighbor, then it's not fair to him, because he's working.
Well, we can't give it away.
Okay.
If we had the right of way, if it's just the right of way, we could, but if we own it,
Once that property is declared surplus, won't that go up for auction?
no adjoining, property owner could, negotiate a deal with the city.
But I'm saying, if it's declared surplus, Mr. Glover's deal wouldn't work out, wouldn't that go up for public auction?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I was looking at,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
just looking at it, I don't believe it'd be of interest to anybody except for Jackson Property.
No, I'm looking at the plats too, because we have, how many feet remaining of that alleyway? I'm trying to look at this whole plat.
It'd be about 100 feet.
100 feet, yeah, I see it.
If the board needs more time to study and make a decision, we're not gonna be able to start construction until spring, so, we can't really pour concrete pad until it gets warmer, so,
If we build a garage on it, it looks.
yes, sir, two-car garage.
Well, if you wanted to pass it to the next meeting, it'd give you all time to look at it, and ask me any questions. You have your comments.
I wouldn't care to do it, but it messes that little piece up. What do you do with that little piece? That's my question. What do you do with the piece at the end?
We would own it, or, if you want to buy the whole thing.
And,
Did you say you would consider buying the whole thing?
yes, ma'am, I would consider
Buying
buying the whole thing.
My only concern is, you buy the whole thing and perhaps the neighbors or something, per se, falling out or whatever, but they still wouldn't have any problems going up and down getting their house.
Oh, no, ma'am, there's no, they would have full access.
Okay.
And I get along great.
I'm sure you do, but
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just kinda.
Yeah, well, we got a good rapport with our neighbors.
Right.
Yeah, when I looked at it, whether, each one of your neighbors has independent access to the county, you know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
That would be.
But you may have, what is it? I'd like to make a motion, put push it to the next and let me talk to the union and see if we can figure out what to do about that last piece.
But then once again, you say this is about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be considering buying the whole thing.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So that makes it long, 214 feet then.
Yes, sir.
My only concern is, what if somebody, one of these lots down here wants to put a garage in their backyard and they can't access it from the front? And then they've lost the alleyway, so they can't come in the back of their property, you know, to access.
Well, if you look at the property lines on that plat, you see that they have plenty of access from the front of the drive.
No, it's either 100 feet wide.
Yeah,
And Mr. Glover, you own two lots.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir, I do.
I concur with Eric. Mr. Glover, I hate to run you through the mill and
That's okay.
and I wanna tell you that I'm sure I speak for the board that we wanna do anything we can to accommodate you.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
And I'm sure I would speak the same way if you came before plans and zoning, so would you mind to give us a little time?
No, sir, at all, I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I've got a motion to put it off a while, how about a second?
I second that.
Okay. Sharon?
Sure, I'll make a motion to put it on that.
I second. Yes.
Okay, next is, discussion action on the couple of police cars, Greg?
Evening, Mayor, Board, Brian, Sharon. Unfortunately, y'all know we had the situation with one of our cruisers, was destroyed. Got the report back today, I got it from Sharon, and, it was severely damaged, and it's worth even watching. The officer very fortunate, wasn't hurt, but very fortunate, a little more damage than what there the property. Situation we're in, I want to tell you now, we're in need of two cars. We have lost, and we've been replacing cars, we've not been adding to the fleet, and we see what can happen, and we've got to fix it. We can't be in a position. I know it may be hard, hard to come up here and ask for money, but it's harder to come before you say we can't throw streets if we're on the car. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I feel like we need to kind of get ourselves in a little better shape, we need to replace one, in my opinion, this is big.
How many cars do we have now?
Right now, we've got 5.
Is that 5? We had 6 before the one got ready. Plus, does that count the truck?
Yeah.
I thought we were up like 7 or 8 cars. So we have cars there, wrong?
Mayor, question, Mayor.
Okay.
Yeah, Greg, the probability of the statistics of us losing another one. If we look at traditionally, over the last couple of years, unfortunately, we have lost to accidents. To me, this is a safety consideration. So, if I understand this correctly, we will, obviously, the insurance will replace the cruiser that we lost to the right?
Yeah.
Or thereabouts, replace.
I think the value of the car, we should come out here on it, because the car's a big one, so all the time,
And then there is an opportunity here to purchase potentially 2 police cars from the vendor or supplier that you have dealt with before, for the amount of money that you're going to get. So, in turn, we would get a new police car back, we would have a second police car, and then we would have an additional.
we would have a full car with a spare car, where also we would have it here in case one broke down, and have it. It just makes sure we're sure on being able to.
You have one in maintenance.
Have one in maintenance.
Whatever, we hired another officer.
Right.
We're talking about 2 cars plus the one.
What's the insurance cost? Talking about 3 cars.
Let the insurance replace one car. If we go to look at getting a brand new cruiser, you're looking right now about $47,000. You're looking about 6 to 8 months before we got it. Right now, Chicago Motors looking, they've got good inventory. Where I feel confident I can go up there with 50,000 and get 2 cruisers equipped, ready to go. Way down with it.
2 cars for 50,000?
Yeah.
Right? That property worth 50,000?
There's the cars.
And the battle reporter,
Is it already equipped?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
The other thing that is put over in.
And the one we got before, I mean, was great.
Yeah,
Got a good camera.
I mean, other than the ones we got, we never had to put some brakes on it, as far as the equipment we received, the 1380.
Right.
battle reporter, to your point, we would have to access them from the general fund to do the purchases, opposed to the budget, because you're alarming us that there is no money in that line item for the budget. So we all understand then that this will be done. Okay. Okay.
And to be clear, we're talking about the insurance is gonna replace the one car we read, and we're talking about buying 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
What, Jerry?
What I'm saying is, what happens, I can't predict the future, and I know, I understand what you're saying, and I can't. I wish I could, I could help solve it. But, the situation we have to, we know what is. I mean, I don't think before you say, what if this, I need to prepare for what if this happens. I mean, we could be sitting in a red light, we don't know. We could go out here and start one up, and the rock comes in real quick. I don't know that will happen, I'll do everything I can to prevent it from happening, do the maintenance, and try to make sure we're doing what we need to be doing in the cars. But I also want to make sure we have what we need to control the streets and to be able to make sure we're there to be the safer responding call. I mean,
So, there is no way for us to access $50,000 from our budget in any form to buy these police cars at the capital expense.
Is that $50,000 coming from the insurance? Also?
Okay, so what you're saying is, Sharon, we can't do it? Is that what you're saying? There's no way we can do it? No legal way?
well, let me ask you this. What happens, we're sitting here talking about moving money or not moving money around. God forbid, what happens if I have to call the mayor tonight and say, unfortunately, sir, we lost another car.
That's
What do
the
we do
reason I'm
tomorrow?
asking, yeah.
Do we just wait 6 months, or what do we do? I mean, that's all I'm asking, what do we do? Do we wait till we get to that point, or do we try to get ahead of it and fix it before?
If you buy one car, 2 shifts, the car extra mile,
This is hard.
I want her.
I mean, we've been replacing cars, we've not really had it complete, like the Durango was replaced, the car Tesla was replaced. This car was replaced, we've not really had it. From the point in time back in the day when we lost 3 cars at one time, we never recovered. I don't blame anybody for that, because it's very unfortunate, you don't think of losing 3 cars, but go back to that scenario, we did that, it happened. We lost 3 cars at one time, it was maintenance issues, engine, transmission, they were repairing, and we never fully recovered. And then in the process of just the way things happen, and things happen, it kept us in a crunch, just bare minimum. Once you get above the curve there, you're on top of things, and you can manage it a lot better. And it don't seem like it's a constant problem, but we've never got over the hill.
Meet and greet cars, insurance will take care of pretty much one, right?
Insurance should take care of one. Now, I don't know exactly what they'll do, but I know now what cars are looking for, and value the car, it should take care of, we should be able to replace that car very easily. With what we should use. That's, I'm seeing that should be a problem.
On what we paid for that car, the insurance was wrecked, will we lose money on it?
No, I think we probably, on the last car that was destroyed, I think if I remember, a sheriff car helped me, we came up with good $45,000. And when you get up.
On one car, you got 45 out of it?
No, we come out pretty good $4,000.
Oh, that's
That was
what
all
I thought, yeah.
after you replaced it.
Okay.
The thing with going up there, you're getting your car equipped. You're not getting a $30-some thousand car and then spending $10,000, $12,000 for equipment. You're getting a car that's ready to go. And if we bring it back, it's dropping and we'll be on the road operating.
You got radio to go in?
Chief,
Yes.
that was my question, was any of the police equipment damaged, or is all that salvaged?
The radio's good, but, the siren box that's using insurance just paid that. The car, it's worked everything in it from the cage and everything. I mean, we see utility pole, it just split the engine block. That's how hard it is. Miracle, thank God, it got hurt, no one else was hurt. But, hopefully, misfortune is going to get out of the way before long, and I pray that's the case, that we don't have any issues or problems. But unfortunately, over the last couple of years, it has hit us, and it has been hard.
With the insurance replacement, I mean, from what I've understood, you can go to Chicago and get 2 cars fully equipped for $50,000.
And after I say that, but we bought 3 cars.
So is there a possibility of getting that insurance car from there, which may in turn make you a larger return on your insurance?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I have no issue as long as we're getting good equipment that are safe for the officers and are good for the citizens of the town, for us to serve and protect you guys. As long as I feel that equipment's good enough to serve you all, or if I wish to go to my home to protect my family, I'm okay with it. And everything we've got from there, I feel good about. And all the officers, Kevin's drove 2 of them. And, they checked out really good equipment. So we're getting, like I said, we're going up there talking about the cars. I get you 2 good cars, $50,000, I feel confident, ready to go on patrol. When one brand new car you're looking at, I'm talking, we work with 2000, maybe 17 or so right in there. Vehicle with good mileage and stuff on it. And a new one, you're looking at 47,000. Like I said, here's the thing with anything new, you're looking at 8 months. You're looking at 8 months. The time we get, and the biggest thing is getting the lights and stuff for it. And getting them put on, that's where we're holding. We waited, 4 months on a set of lights for one car?
Trucker's Lighthouse right now, where we get our lights and stuff installed, they're 10 months behind
Longer than I expected.
just to put lights in the car.
So that's the issue we're looking at dealing with too. So if we've got a problem, I get it, I understand, and I know it makes it hard on Sharon. Sharon, you do a great job, and I appreciate it, and I think the world of you. But I feel like I'm gonna stand here and tell you guys what are needs and where we're at, or what I feel like as a chief, what may happen, and I feel like I'm always.
Well, I have to talk to someone about this, because like I said, we haven't been in the bank. We've got money. But that's when we know the license.
Look at what you're spending on, what do you spend that money on?
Yes. Now, we can pull that money out.
Well, would you do that? That'd be great.
I don't feel that close.
Here's the thing, like we're dealing with up there, is we know how the times we're living, and what's here today might not be here tomorrow, and be more tomorrow than what's here today, we get some uncertainty that we're in.
And this is more or less like an emergency, really.
It is, you're right, that's how I look at it. But like I said, we don't know what's gonna happen tonight. You know, hopefully not, if it does, we're gonna get everything in.
How many miles are on these cars you're getting?
We're getting anywhere from probably 85 to in the 50s. The last.
Just broke in, that's all?
Yeah, and, that's a good question, but they, I mean, like I said, we go up, two of our reserve officers have been with the smart carrier, and we can tell her they go up, they're given vehicles, they stay overnight, they get the cars, they keep them, they have them inspected, they do car factors on them, they check them out thoroughly. So, I mean, we're giving them a pretty good go through.
Yeah. Great idea.
But they are, Chicago Motors, that's a really good deal for them. That's some good deal. And those guys would be willing, they said they could, I was trying to get with them before you all see if they could go, and they said they could leave anyway.
I guess we need to figure out how we're gonna pay for them.
So, Mayor and fellow members of the board and Sharon, sounds like we're at an impasse right now financially. And we're being informed by you that we basically cannot legally purchase or allocate those funds to buy these cars whether we agree with them or not. And is that true? So, would you mind to expediently find out from the comptroller's office if we can allocate these funds? Mayor, would you mind, once that information has been received, if necessary, call a special call meeting so that we can reconvene and vote on this issue?
Okay, we will.
What's the total amount you're looking at?
What I'd request for the board is $50,000, to purchase these cars.
And again, Darrell, when you put,
Except the radio, right?
Check the radio.
All the lights, everything's off. Just had striping put on the side of it.
And you're looking for $450. $450 to try.
oh, it's, okay.
You got that hatch included in 50,000.
Yeah, anything for that. I do appreciate your time, appreciate you listening to me, sharing with me your hard work. Any more questions?
Sharon and I'll make that call tomorrow to talk over. And talk to him about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And next on the agenda is financial report. City report, Sharon. Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, our general fund, $2,196,807. As includes the $248,649 that we received from the COVID grant. The sanitation fund is $34,884. Special police fund, $7,893. Debt service fund, $98,697. Fund, $2,094. Water sewer fund, $79,712. The total balance is $2,138,870.
Okay, I've got one question. What is special police fund be used for?
Special police fund, that can only be used for drug-related things, such as miles, like those small beds. It's just about $66,000. But they can only do drug-related. And it comes from, the money comes into that account from seed money. Sales, adjustments, stuff like that. It goes in this way.
With the citations, he like to use the general fund?
Yes.
Okay, I need a motion to accept.
Mayor, I make a motion to accept fund balances for this fund.
I'll say.
Karen?
Alderman Key,
Yes.
Alderman Roll,
Yes.
Alderman Ward,
Yes.
Okay, next thing on, Jen's report from the mayor. I've, tried to get my feet wet on this stuff. I've been 4 or 5 hours a day up here, so we try to get everything under control and find out what's going on for sure. And I've got a couple of meetings scheduled for next week. I won't be able to report on it until next month, or maybe the next special call we have. And for David's benefit, I did find all the paperwork on, the park, playground equipment. I found it Friday, and I'm gonna call these people, and these prices is, the same as it was before, and find out when they can do it, and find out from the city's liability, what kind of liability we'll have if somebody gets hurt on it. And I need to find that out also before we get this put in, so, but I am gonna work on it some, probably one next day or two. Okay? And I know you've been asking about it.
About 5 years.
Yeah. I got it all laid out in there if you want to see it, but I got it laid out on my desk, you know. But I found it Friday, and, I've been looking for Thursday, Friday, I finally found it Friday, so I've got all that together. And there was somebody was gonna donate 2 picnic tables, 2 concrete picnic tables, I don't know exactly who they are now. I haven't found anything on it, but she had said that people were gonna do that, but I don't know exactly who that is right now. Yes, that's who it was, Mark Vance, yes, yes. That's right.
Excuse me, Mayor, are you talking about the playground that Irene and I were talking about
Yes.
working on?
But the swing sets and stuff,
Right,
yes,
because I
that's
do
what
want,
it is.
okay, I do want to go forward with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, I like to have, found that paperwork, all the pictures and all the prices and
Right,
all the things
right.
that,
And she was
yeah, I
working
found all
hard
that,
on
I
it.
found all that stuff right, yeah. Okay, you're right, sir, I remember that name now. Okay, that's all I have, report from attorney, city attorney, Paul Fry.
The Melvin Carrier,
Steve?
I'm sorry. The Melvin Carrier lien has been paid in full, it's a little over $11,000. Bluff City, or Gilmartin versus Bluff City, that was a officer involved shooting a couple of years ago, we got sued on that case, has been dismissed. I'm working on a delinquent tax suit. Our citizens do very well at paying the taxes, we've got less than 10 properties. I'm working on the employee policy, there's been some miscommunication, and I'm working with the person from MTS now. They have other questions, I answered them, we're going to address that, and then I'll get something back to you, what we're doing there on that. And the 2 agreements, with the railroad, the mayor, you signed those?
Yes.
Correct, and they've been sent back? Railroad? Okay. Anyway, the mayor has signed it, it's gotta go back to railroads, and they will forward it to Norfolk Southern for the 6th signature. We got the contract back with change, with most of the changes, that the city was wanting. Not all.
I'm glad you got that done so quick, if you did.
And that's all I have.
Okay. City manager Ray Hearn is not feeling well tonight, he's not here for his report. And, but he will be calling his next meeting. Back to Greg again, chief.
I'm feeling important right now. Just to, go back, Eric, that, I need to correct you, we have 6 calls. We had 7 for the one with Greg calls. Chief Dunbar, he just never said, Greg, he's the chiefest. If they can take them cars, I'll just go without, because at the time his kid was in a situation where he had to drive a child back and forth, he didn't have an opportunity to have one, now he does have an opportunity to have one. So it was, we were at 7 total, so I do apologize, he got no purpose, I want to correct it.
Wheels turning, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, you made my wheels turn, and I got a little confused, I wanted to correct it, just so you certainly know there was no intent do have 6 cars.
But three
and
of
we
you,
have
three of
8
you,
employees. And, so that's where we're at, you know, with law enforcement, so, Lord, like I said, we now are back to fully staffed with 8 people. We were very blessed and fortunate to get, 3 certified police officers. That was very helpful for the city, not only 3 certified officers, but 3 very qualified, good officers. So that really helped us. And one of the officers that did leave is still below for the academy, so there'll be about $4,000 for the academy. So that'll be some money coming back also. So we were able to save for 3 officers, thank God at this point, out of the course of the 3 certified. So it helped not only with the expense of the academy, but the time of training, so that'll help us a lot. For the month of December, it was a busy month for December. Dealt with short, the officers too kind of had to do it, but we answered 109 total calls, 146 citations, 37 warnings, patrolled 4,602 miles, had 31 arrests, 29 offense reports, had 6 alarms, had 7 accidents, 10 MSD reports, had 1 DUI, had 8 drug arrests, and we are starting to do a little bit more on the drug use thing. Kevin is going to start helping us a lot more, taking on this role. One of our officers, investigator, did leave. Kevin said enough to do this training. Now we'll be making a good impact, I think, in some areas where we need to be focused on working on the community a little bit better and safer. So that's our month. That's what we have. I think we're looking forward to a good year. Year moving forward. Any questions or any concerns?
appreciate the job
I
you
have
did.
got, a lot of comments from citizens about different things, but concerning the police department. Someone on Main Street that told me that there's a lot of speeding going on up there.
Yep.
And especially in summertime.
Yeah.
And, running towards the stop signs and everything.
Sure, thank you so much, and we'll look into it. I had the opportunity this morning, there for a visit, and I went over some of the speeds within, and I think we said that I see the speeds are pretty high. So, if we wasn't out there enforcing like we were, it's pretty bad, so, but that's all I have, so if y'all.
And not always citations, she's read the speed within, probably at least 20 miles an hour over speed limit.
Yeah.
At least 20, some faster than that, but every one of them at least over 20 miles an hour.
They said on Main Street,
Yeah.
it's going to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And as spring and stuff comes in, it's get worse, so take a lot of attention. All right, thank you all, thanks so much.
Okay, next on the agenda is Alan's not here, you got his report?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, Alan's not here, he's out today too. So the report from the water plant operator, Terry Banner.
I know I was going to put in the off, they did a lot of painting too,
Yeah.
and I know a couple of weeks for sure. I think for the water plant, October, November, and December, we shut down none until now. So I come in this morning about 4 a.m. every day, because the community got the high, that rain. Hopefully we get back online in the morning first thing. For tonight, I don't think it's going to get out of here, sleep, okay. In October, we have CAQ 885 festival. Actually, that every month, quarterly, second Wednesday of every month, or every 3 months, I'm sorry. And then, it's due again next week, I believe, doing that. I told Rick today, Mayor, we replaced the vehicle on one police line that had some leakage to the offer. We've got traffic back on both of them now, hopefully we'll get more trucks. Traffic is like a whole lot longer. We've done all the purple back markets that the state requires, most of them, all the samples are even. If they use it, we'll be running good. So we'll be keeping the bank at about 50 to 52 people.
Let's go.
You wasting it out?
I had an opportunity to go out there, spend some time with you today,
Yeah.
and, seemed like you got everything under control, knows what he's doing, so I did check on that the other day, so.
Thank you very much, and I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for the comments. I really appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
well, you welcome. We don't have any county commissioners with us, do we? No. Any old business we need to take care of, guys, you know what?
Mayor's point of order, I noticed
Okay.
that the comments from the board members are not included.
Oh, they're not, are they? No. Okay, we'll do that right now. Carol Key.
Glad everybody came out. I'll continue to stand up and speak out for what is right. And also, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Sharon, because I know you got a heavy load, and I just want to say thank you for your hard work and your faithfulness. And Mayor Bolin, you're doing a good job. Congratulations.
Thank you, I'm trying to.
And I pray
Thank
that
you.
we all can come together and work together and do what is right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out, town family. I'll outline a few things here. Very exciting, actually. The mayor and I had a conversation today about a potential traffic study for the location of the Riverside Junction former Kaiser Supply business in conjunction with, right next to your house. And we'll be moving forward on that together. The mayor's all over it, and he's communicating with the right folks.
I got to meet with him Thursday morning.
So I'm excited about that. That is going to become a very popular area for the town. As you know, in that section of buildings, we have Riverside Junction business, which is an auto shop, if you want to call it that. We will also see the grand opening of Southport Coffee, which is in the facility adjoining the garage. Should be around the 1st of February or so when that closes. And then there's another business that will be occupying that facility. I'm not at liberty to discuss that at this time because it's proprietary. But we will see two businesses in that place. Hence the immediate need to begin to look at it for crossing of the road over to Woodley Field and subsequently crossing of the road on Holston Drive over RV and subsequently. So more to follow about that. And I noticed Mr. Lowe's with us tonight, and I'm glad he's here. Some very exciting news about the scenes of Bluff City Museum. And that will be located at the Impact Community Center in the old rock building on the bottom of the hall. It's ramping up now and moving up with good steam. Concept and plans are about for the museum. It's very speculative right now, and a lot of formalities are taking place right now as far as equipping the museum with the proper accreditation to 501c3s and things where that it could take donations and move forward. So I'm proud to be part of that effort with Mr. Malone and some other citizens here in town. And we'll have more exciting news about that as it develops. Ms. Sharon, I want to thank you because I had something written down here about our CARES Act money, but you were kind enough in your report to break that out for us and tell us, in the general fund we have this much money, but this is what is remaining in the CARES Act. And I think that's very important because the board is going to have to sit down very, very soon and start doing some planning on how we use it.
Now, that's in the general fund, but if you choose to use that money on the sewer, that's what they're wanting you to do, because it's like vehicles, you cannot buy vehicles with that money.
Right.
And that money will come out of the general fund, because a lot of the budget, but yes.
Right,
Get a
so.
plan started on what we can do.
Yes, ma'am, and that's the reason I brought it up, because, we do have, that money does have time limit on it, and when we look at capital projects, the $248,000 to work with, the board will be, I'm sure, and the mayor will be this active in the next little bit on looking out at projects and things we can accomplish with those funds. In new business in town, just a few things. I mentioned Southport Coffee and the other business, and I also mentioned, I spoke with a citizen today, and we're enjoying great success with TNT Liquors out on 11E. Seems like, I talked to Trevor today, matter of fact, seems like that business is picking up and running, and it's good news. good news for us. Finally, as a point of order, I would like to request that, Mayor and fellow members of the board, that we sit down and workshop in the next little bit and look at the structure of different things, our workshops, some different things. Make this a time of reclamation that we can move ahead together in the right way.
Right. Good.
And again, thank you for the very good service.
Eric,
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and a good New Year. And I'm really hoping 2022 is gonna be better than the previous ones. And then, thanks everybody for their hard work, police officers, water, sewer, and everybody sharing all. That's all I got.
motion. Okay, anybody got anything else? Yeah, it is, entertain a motion, who's up to adjourn?
I'm gonna vote to adjourn.
I second that.